So the Astros, Lance McCullers, can't seem to catch a break as he endures another setback related to his elbow. Now, this injury is being labeled as a small elbow strain, but apparently it's big enough to put a wrinkle in McCullers' plans as he won't be able to start the new 2023 season with the Astros on March the 30th. Now, here's what McCullers had to say on the injury news himself.
Had a great offseason and was incredibly excited for the year. Felt like was in an amazing spot physically. Threw a bullpen here last Tuesday, and unfortunately after that bullpen into the evening and then into the next day has had some elbow soreness and things of that nature. Obviously I've been a little bit upset. You know, I was really looking forward to a great start to the camp and a great start to the season. Wanted to have, you know, a great year and get off to a great start, and unfortunately it didn't happen. So taking a couple days to, you know, collect myself and our thoughts, and it's not something serious. We had an MRI last night. We went ahead and did an MRI, and everything is structurally good. Probably best case scenario, my UCL is good, just a small muscle strain. Gonna set me back a little bit, but it shouldn't be anything like last year. It should be something where I'm playing catch in a couple weeks.
So as you can see, he was really down about this. This is a big blow to him personally and the team, but you can tell he's crushed by this news. I feel bad for McCullers right here. I mean, he's turning into a Byron Buxton type of guy, a guy who signed a big contract extension, and the minute he signs the contract, he can't find himself on the field consistently. This guy was the Astros' replacement when Justin Verlander eventually left. I mean, this was their guy. This was long before Valdez, long before Javier. McCullers was their future ace, and he hasn't been because of injuries, and it just sucks. Now, he did say that he started throwing in November because, again, he's coming off of that injury he suffered last year in the postseason back in the ALDS, and he wanted to get early work and start throwing again, which I understand, but I kind of scratch my head at that, and I'm thinking maybe that's the reason why he's hurt, because he's been throwing since November. It hasn't been a week. They haven't even started a game. The guy's already hurt after throwing one bullpen. I mean, he said he worked out at Minute Maid Park during the offseason, throwing bullpens, and he said he felt fine, and now he gets into spring training in Florida, and he throws one bullpen, and he's hurt, and he's out for almost a month. That's not good, and I think, you know, I hate to blame him for it, but that's what happens when you overwork that elbow. I mean, it's a work overload. It just sucks. It really does. I feel bad for McCullers, and it's a big blow to the Astros coming off of a championship. Now the Padres have a new plan for Fernando Tatis Jr. according to their manager Bob Melvin. That plan includes Tatis mainly taking reps in the outfield and not getting into games until the second week of the spring training schedule. Now, this is what the manager Bob Melvin had to say specifically on that new plan and Tatis. He said Tatis wants to play yesterday. He wants to play the first game, but he's not going to play in the first game. He'll be within the first week, but we want to make sure he does everything that he's going to have to do to acclimate to games. As far as health goes, there's a little bit less on his plate in the outfield than having to play shortstop, Melvin said. He's been through a couple of surgeries, which include a shoulder surgery and a wrist surgery this offseason. 2 surgeries in one offseason. And he hasn't played in basically 15 months because of the suspension and because of the surgery. So he's been not playing ball for a significant amount of time. And I see why they're having him stick to the outfield because, again, shoulder, wrist, you can screw up that wrist charging in on a ball in early morning workouts at shortstop. Not saying you can't enter in the outfield, but he's not going to be diving in the outfield. He's not going to be robbing home runs in early morning work, but he might be charging balls at shortstop in the early morning. And even during games, Padres are taking it slow with Tatis, which makes sense. Now the Phillies have acquired a new arm from the Armed Forces. Yeah, his name is Noah Song. He's a right-handed pitcher and was originally drafted by the Boston Red Sox back in 2019, and he dropped to the 4th round in that particular draft because of his military commitment. Now, Song went to school at the Naval Academy and was very good as a pitcher, as during his 4 years at the academy, he went 32-13 with a 2.37 ERA in 58 games, making 54 starts, while recording 428 strikeouts in 334 1/3 innings. As a senior at the academy, he made 14 starts, struck out 161 men, and held batters to a 144 average. So obviously he's had some great success during his collegiate career at the academy, and he has an opportunity to make the big league club with the defending National League champs, the Phillies, which is a kind of a cool story. Now, although it may be a long shot for him to make the team, I have to say I'm going to be checking out this guy during spring training. I want to keep up to date on him, and I will let you guys know what happens. This could be a sneaky move. Now, finally, believe it or not, there are some other Japanese players better than Shohei Ohtani who are currently on Team Japan, who will be representing the country during the WBC. First, we got Hirohito Takahashi. He's a right-handed pitcher. He's 20 years old. He broke out as one of the top strikeout pitchers in Japan last year. Now, Hirohito has a fastball that sits in the mid-90s and touches 97 miles an hour, and has a swing and miss splitter and slider that both come up to the mid-80s. And last season, he posted a 2.47 ERA for the Dragons and struck out 134 batters, which is sixth most in the NPB in just 116 and 2/3 innings pitched. Now that accumulates to a 10.3 Ks per nine. His strikeout rate and swing and miss rate were second best in the league last year. So this is a guy that seems pretty intriguing. Now the next guy is Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He's a right-handed pitcher. Now despite Yamamoto standing at 5'10", he went 18-5 with a 1.39 ERA and struck out 206 batters in 193 and 2/3 innings back in 2021. Then, last season in 2022, he went 15-5, had a 1.68 ERA, striking out 205 batters in 193 innings. So basically identical stats in back-to-back seasons for Yamamoto. Now these stats earned him back-to-back Sawamura Awards, which is the NPB's version of the Cy Young. He won back-to-back pitching triple crowns and back-to-back Pacific League MVP awards. So this guy is consistent to say the least. This is one of the most intriguing guys I've seen on the list. This is probably my second most intriguing guy you will see on this list, being Yamamoto. But there's another guy on here that I'm going to talk about right now who's even more impressive. His name is Roko Sasaki. He's a right-handed pitcher. He's 21 years old. He tops out at 102 miles an hour on his fastball and has a splitter that's said to be better than Shohei Ohtani's. And he's already thrown 17 consecutive perfect innings, because on April the 10th of last year, Sasaka pitched a 19 strikeout perfect game. Then his very next start, he went on to pitch 8 more perfect innings. So by season's end, Sasaka had a 2.02 ERA and 173 strikeouts in 129 and 1/3 innings pitched. I mean, this guy's ridiculous. I've never heard of anybody ever at any level throw 17 consecutive perfect innings. I don't care if he's pitching in Japan. That's damn impressive. I am really intrigued to see this guy. Now finally, let's talk about Munetaka Murakami. He allegedly is NPB's version of Aaron Judge, as last season he too broke a single season home run record for the NPB as he popped 56 home runs to surpass Satohiro Oh's single season record of 55 home runs in a single season, which stood since 1964. Now, he wasn't only a power hitter, he also won the Triple Crown, leading the Central League with a .318 batting average, again popping 56, and racking up 134 stakes that helped him secure an MVP award. So these, 4 guys I just mentioned right here, could be making their debut very soon. They are said to be posted within a year or two. So I would definitely check out these guys right here. They seem very intriguing. If you're watching the WBC, take down these guys' names. So that's all I got. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts. And as always, I'll catch you guys later.